Hello. Where's Chibi? I didn't want to do Chibi today because I was doing a lot of work in Live 2D this morning, so I figured like let's just use the 2D model. You guys are dumb sometimes. You guys are really dumb.
What I do? What I do?
That's okay, because we're here to talk about my childhood. Welcome to my childhood. When I was a child, I don't know, I did a lot of very dumb things, but that's okay. I love the 2D model, but Chibi model would make sense for a child. You know what? Fair. If stupid was a stupid, that would be me. Okay? Okay. Now I go back to chatting. Yeah. What? Oh, I'm here. I'm alive. Hi, chat. Like, I used to be a really creative kid, so oftentimes when there was cardboard or anything available, I would build these giant, like, cardboard houses, like, taking up the entirety of my front yard as a kid. I wanted to be an architect for a long time, so this was, like, my shit. But the thing is, I wasn't allowed to use glue due to a series of incidents, in which glue was eaten, my lips got glued, I was like really sick, it was bad. But after that, I was only allowed to attach these cardboard like walls together by boring holes into them and then sewing them together. So I would sew cardboard together in order to create these giant forts, and that meant that I had a massive yarn collection and a lot of fucking scissors. So I was always running with scissors, and I eventually discovered that if you got box cutters, they work really good for that sort of thing. So I was like a 9-year-old running around with box cutters.
Go crazy!
It was fun. Did you die? Yes.
Wake up to reality.
I didn't do any like bad things that kids do. I didn't do drugs. I didn't run away. I never like escaped the house or anything. Like the worst thing I did was that I was an online person. So I was part of like fandom culture when I was younger. But like I don't think I was a very dangerous child. Like I was a good kid. I was good. How many fires did you start? I don't remember. I was that person with the magnifying glass who would light bugs on fire, though. I figured out that if you put out a little bottle cap full of sugar water, that you could get a bunch of, like, things to go to it, and then if you use the magnifying glass on it, you could boil the water, and... I feel bad kind of admitting that. God, I was a little sadist. I was a little shit. One of my cousins had a giant willow tree in her front yard, like big old weeping willow. Has those long, like spindly branches that you can like make ropes out of. So I was always climbing up into this tree and like tying things to it. So like oftentimes like my cousins would come out. I would have like a frog just in a little basket that I had woven, just suspended like 12 feet above the air. There's just a frog in a basket. And I would put all these things in the areas they shouldn't be, just like frogs go in tree frog. It would be funny. Oh, and by the way, you guys, this description of me being a sadist who needed therapy, that's right, sponsored by Surfshark VPN, the hot and sexy Surfshark VPN. Have you ever flooded anything? Yeah. Yeah. All children are evil? Yeah. I do know that I used to also enjoy, like... Because did you know that if you put a pine cone in water, it closes up? So I would often, like... put parts of things in a pine cone and then put it in water so it would like close up on the things, just to see if like pine cones could like break shit if they had the same closing force. I was a sadistic child. I don't know. Serial killer? I didn't have cereal today. Do you still have these tendencies? I still deal with intrusive thoughts, but I don't act on them. I mean, I get curious about stuff, but most of the time that's like in video games now. And in video games, you don't get punished if you're like trying to shoot all the random characters and stuff. Lopi, let me out of the basement? No. I loved animals. Like, I had a pet cat when I was a kid. I still have the cat. He just lives with my grandma now. His name was Among Us, or Gus for short. I took very good care of my pets. I was very loving. I could recognize when animals, you know, should be treated nicely. But I also I didn't extend that courtesy to bees and ants and spiders. I don't know. I had a lot of fun, okay? I don't remember 90% of my elementary school years. Yeah, like, I remember being best friends with my librarian. And I remember, like... I remember reading books. Bruh. I also was a very manipulative little shit as a child. Like, I would learn fucking every secret I could, and I would use that shit to my advantage. Even to the point where, like, I learned about one of my teachers having an affair in, like, 2nd grade, I think. I didn't really understand what an affair was, but I knew it was, like, something bad that couldn't be talked about. I wound up getting, like, special treatment. Were you bullied in school? Well, being undiagnosed autistic, it meant that I had all of the like social things of autism, but I didn't really get all the special treatment of autism, of like schools recognizing that I had other needs. So I wasn't exactly bullied, but I was more like, I was called a social butterfly because I didn't have a friend group. I was just adopted into whatever popular group wanted to have the cute little weird kid in their group for that week. But I think it's pretty good. I think I turned out okay. 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 I'm sorry. What is testicular torsion? You just grab them, just go whoop, wait. You have a funny twist and this testicular torsion. Ow, no, don't do that. Why? It's funny. The FBI is at my door? Oh, well, I mean, skill issue. Didn't use Surfshark VPN. Sorry. Just tell the FBI you're sorry. Is it too late now to say sorry? Just look at them and be like, what? Domestic terrorism? Me? No, no. Couldn't be, couldn't be. We need Gisdom of the day? Okay, we can do Gisdom of the day. I can't do the fun zoom in that I normally would do.
I got you, homie.
Gym wisdom of the day. Gym wisdom. Okay. Fuck, what's a good gym wisdom? I had a bunch of wisdom prepared, but I don't know what to say. The correct gym wisdom. Like, probably today is April 28th. Today is my gym wisdom. I would recommend that if you were sociopathic as a child, don't tell people on YouTube, because they'll think you're weird. Maybe this is wisdom I need to give myself. Can you flip? Yeah, sure. 1 second. Let me just... Nailed it! Did I mention I used to do gymnastics? Yeah, it's pretty obvious, huh? Yeah, I know. Hold your applause. Hold your applause, really. Right, you should do a whole stream like that. That would make my hand tired. Because I have to like move the mouse around and you know, that's a lot of exercise for a VTuber. The exercise I can barely do is like moving my face around to talk. Like that's already really tiring. So I don't know if I want to do the rest of it. Not to get political, but what the hell is a VTuber? Imagine like a pop star, but worse. And then put it on the computer. Perfect. Yes, that's a VTuber. Tell us a funny sleepover story? Oh, there's one time I was at a sleepover when I was starting to get sick and I felt so bad because I was scared that they were gonna be mad at me for being sick while at the sleepover. So during it, it felt like I was some undercover spy hiding my sniffly nose while I was out there riding horses. It was so weird because I was like sleeping over at like this big old farm. They owned a big farm and they had a bowl and a bunch of chickens and a horse and it was great because one time we were rounding up the chickens, but one of the chickens got into the bull's pen. And so we both went into the bull's pen to get the chicken out and the bull started charging at us. So my friend who was holding the chicken made the rational decision of throwing the chicken at the bull so that we could escape. It worked. We made it out. We didn't get gored by a bull. A soul for a soul. The chicken was fine. The chicken was fine. The bull like stopped and just sniffed it and was like, what is this? We eventually baited the chicken out by like, we started throwing like seeds at it and then it eventually pecked its way over to us and we were able to put it back into the pen. Okay, bye! Bye, chat!